Hi folks, and welcome to the online version of the General Psych course. I'm Amanda Price. I'll be your instructor. That's me. And just real briefly, a little bit about some of the ways you can contact me. You are welcome to call or text me on my cell phone at any reasonable time of the day, and I will certainly try to get back to you as quickly as possible. You're also welcome to email me. I'll be a little bit slower, but be able to get back to you most likely within 24 hours. And certainly you're welcome to come and see me in my office hours, or we can connect online. Either you can text me and we can begin to work online, or you can send me a message on the course information discussion board, which I'll show you in the Blackboard tour video. Now, since this is an online course, you want to make sure that you do have reliable access to a computer. This means not just having the computer, but also the internet. I would also strongly encourage you to save your work online. I use Dropbox for all of my stuff, but you can also save it onto the PA College network. This way you know that you have your work saved, and I think that's a good idea, not just for this course, but really for any course. I also encourage you to just check to make sure that your internet and computer are compatible with Blackboard. I do encourage you to use Google Chrome. Certainly you don't have to, but that seems to work the best for tests and other assignments. Excuse me. There'll be a variety of activities that you will be doing in this course, 2 different projects that you'll be working on, a variety of online learning activities. We'll do 1 or 2 things each week, and then there'll also be 3 exams. There is no cumulative final though. Now, in terms of the standards for your work, certainly everything needs to be in APA format, and I'll show you in the Blackboard tour where I have provided some resources on APA format. You're also expected to log into Blackboard once a week in order to be considered present. I'll say one thing about dishonesty and plagiarism. Quite often students, I think, don't fully understand what plagiarism involves. And so I have provided a online tutorial here that I think is really good and does a great job of educating us on what is and is not considered plagiarism and how to avoid that. So I encourage you to check that out. It's not required, but it is certainly strongly encouraged. Every year I have students who, I think, unwittingly engage in plagiarism and then end up having to redo their work or receive a 0 on the assignment. Now, I have a number of resources here for you to be successful both in this course and in your other courses. And this is, I think, something that's often unnoticed by students, but all of you have 3 free visits to a counselor in your area that is covered by the college. And so if you do feel like you're facing a lot of stress, maybe you have some family challenges, maybe you're facing some financial challenges and you need some support, you can give this number a phone call and they will set you up with somebody in your area and take care of the costs, at least for the first 3 visits. Another thing that I wanted to spend a fair amount of time on are the weekly learning activities, what you're expected to do in the course. So every week you will have typically 2 different ways of engaging online, usually in collaboration with several other students. You'll work together in small groups to create something to share, to reflect on information, to apply course information. And we'll be doing this in a variety of ways. So some weeks you might be doing a wiki, some weeks you might be doing a blog, others a discussion board. And so I just have a bit of information about each thing right here. Now, every week I will be providing a brief weekly overview video to tell you a little bit about what you'll be doing, but I certainly encourage you to read over the syllabus right now so you know generally what each type of activity will involve. Then let's see, in terms of projects, one of the first projects we will begin working on is calling it the Analyzing Psych Research Project. And the goal of this project is to get you to really use the material that we do in week 2 on research methods to analyze the strength of a research study. What are its strengths? What are its weaknesses? And then also to consider how it's being covered in the popular press, because writers in different magazines and newspapers sometimes do a really great job and sometimes do a really poor job of reporting on research. And so you can see we'll have 5 weeks where we'll do this Analyzing Psych Research project. In brief, you will choose to either cover the research summary or be in charge of facilitating the group's analysis of a study. So you will choose one study and then either be in charge of the summary or the analysis. And then everybody, for each of the 5 weeks that we are doing this article analyses, everyone will be engaged with analyzing the study and its popular press coverage. So I'll create another short video to talk more about this project, but again, I encourage you to read over this, and I have resources in the Blackboard page as well. The second big project, I think, is often one of the favorite things that we do in this course, favorite things from students, and that is you will be using first-person accounts from people who are living with a particular mental health condition or whose close loved one is dealing with a particular mental health condition. So early on in the semester, you will select a particular topic, and that topic will be something like bipolar disorder or postpartum depression or post-traumatic stress disorder, and you'll choose one of those. And then your research, instead of WebMD or textbook types of sources, you're actually going to be using more first-person accounts, blogs, videos, interviews, chat rooms. So you aren't required to interview somebody, but certainly if you're covering bipolar disorder and you know your cousin has bipolar, then why not interview them for your paper if they're willing to do that? For the project, you're going to submit some notes to show me that you're on the right track. You're also later on in the semester going to submit an outline. Research indicates that when students create an outline, they write a stronger final paper. Then towards the end, you'll submit a final paper you can see that really focuses on those first-person accounts. And then you will also be in charge of, when we cover mental health in these last 2 weeks of the semester, you will facilitate discussion of your topic. You'll provide a video, just taken off of the internet. You don't have to create the video. Provide a discussion question and then facilitate it. So rather than me being in charge of that week, each of you will be in charge of one of your topics for the week. Then the final way you will be assessed will be through online exams, and there are 3 of those. There is no cumulative final, and they are open book or open note. The last thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is the general schedule for our course. So this is a separate document from the syllabus, and I just wanted to guide you through it briefly. You can see it's color-coded, or at least shaded, and this is divided into modules. And this is just to guide you through what material you'll be responsible for each test. So test 1 is module 1, that's all of this stuff in the gray. Test 2 would be module 2, all of this information. And then finally, the last exam you're doing will be module 3. Each week, you can see I've listed the topic. This is the textbook reading you're responsible for. It's usually between 15 and 30 pages. And then you are also going to be receiving various online resources. Some of them will be videos, and for videos you can see I've indicated the amount of time that each video takes, and then others are going to be web resources that you can use. And you'll be using these resources to guide your performance on the various online learning activities. And as I said earlier, each week will typically have 2 learning activities. In some cases where you see 3, these are optional. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. So Padlet is an online service that we'll be using, and I have provided you with a simple introductory video on that. DB, discussion board. W is wiki. Complete a slide would be the Google Slides. I think there's a J for journal somewhere down here. Journal reflection. And so you can see there's different types of activities that you'll be doing each week. But again, each week I will do a brief introductory video to show you what you're expected to do for that week. And that does it, folks. Make sure to check out the review of our online course, and I look forward to working with you.